Yo, yo, yo. Where's my PCS family? Holla up. We're live. It's Friday. It's 6:30. And you're supposed to be here. And here I am, all by myself, again. And we started late, like always, so... Man. Alright, wait. We got somebody in here. Cindy Papas is here. One of my long timers from way before Planet Common Sense. We got AJ Hunkley's in there. Everybody's jumping in. Yo, it is Friday night, 6:30, standing outside the Lexington Laundromat on Lexington Avenue in White Plains, New York. And I am freezing my ass off out here. This is game-changing weather. It's making me reevaluate everything, and we're going to talk about that as we go along. Because, man, it's not even that cold yet. It's like 32, 34, and I am just freezing my coconuts off out here. You know, I did it last year all winter long. I stood outside, but it was 20 degrees out. But it's a year later, and I'm a year older, and my bones are a year older, and I got about probably 40 pounds less blubber on me to keep me warm. So I think we're going to have to reevaluate our Friday nights going forward. Maybe not right away, but definitely something I want to talk about and get your input on. But we'll get to that later on. So, off we go. Another edition of Planet Common Sense Laundry Live. I think we're getting close to 40. This might be 39. It might be 40. I'm not sure. But we've been doing it for a shit long time. And we haven't missed but that 4 weeks we couldn't do anything when we were in jail. So... we got a nice thing going here. And I just want to say thank you, as always, for your never-ending support of Planet Common Sense on Facebook, PCS Laundry Live on Friday night, Planet Common Sense on Twitter, the Planet Common Sense channel on YouTube, and everything else we do. Without you, there would be no reason. New folks, we still got a bunch coming in. Still real hot on the PCS memes page. A lot of people coming in, so the way it works is, this is a completely interactive show. 60 minutes of live talk on whatever you got. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what's on your mind, and just jump right in the comments. Way it works, I don't see every comment all the time. They go by pretty fast, and some of them don't come up at all. We do a recap on Saturday morning, usually on Saturday morning, unless I fuck up and forget, and then I'll do it Saturday afternoon or sometimes even Sunday. But we'll go back and we'll readdress everything. I catch up on everything I missed. Say hi to everybody who needs saying hi to and answer whatever questions you have at that time. So I think we're going to do a little walking tonight because I just got to keep moving because I'm freezing my ass off here. So I'm going to cross the street and we're going to start heading up Lexington and see where our feet take us. We're going to get to the scroll in a minute, say hello to some people, and hear what you guys got going on tonight. Hope everybody had a great week. Everybody's ready for some fun tonight. And I hope you're warmer than I am, because I am freezing my onions off out here. But I'm doing it for you guys, so it's not so bad. Let's just get right into that, okay? And what do I want to do going forward? I think there's a couple of things at play here, all right? And then I'm going to get to the scroll, because like I saw a lot of shit pop up like immediately as soon as people started coming in. So I'll catch back up. But since I started with that, let's go with that. And that'll give some time for you guys to pop your stuff up on there, and I'll get to it. So, what I'm thinking is going into the colder winter months and darker and colder and darker and winter and colder. I don't want to sit outside for an hour. I just don't want to do that. And I think what the logical thing would be to do was to move it indoors. Duh. But the thing about it is it fucks up my whole laundry schedule. My laundry schedule is pretty set. You know, I hit the laundromat around 6 o'clock. The wash cycle goes till about 6:30 by the time it gets started. So I dump it in the dryer at 6:30, then head on outside and start the show. So that's the way it's always been. That's the way we've always done it. That it's worked. There's nothing wrong with it. Except now, it's getting cold, obviously. So, what I'm thinking of doing, and I'm not doing this anytime yet, I'll let you know way, way, way ahead of time. I'm thinking of moving it to later in the night, which would be maybe 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock would be tough. 8 o'clock would be a stretch, but maybe 8:30 or 9 o'clock. The benefits to that would be you're not just rushing home from work. You know, you're already home. The downside is maybe you're watching Tim Allen or something else on TV, or getting into whatever you're getting into, or heading out to do whatever you're heading out to do, and you end up missing a show. But it does open things up a little to people in other time zones. I'm here on the East Coast, and I know at 6:30 for me, it's only 3:30 for some people, and 4:30 from some people. And who knows what time it is in the couple of states that don't cooperate with daylight savings time. So I don't know how that works out, but the thing is, I just think it gives people a little more shot if we move it later. So I'm not worried necessarily about moving it later. Crossing back over the street again with no regard whatsoever to any traffic laws or regulations. You know how I do. So that's what I'm looking at doing. I just want your feedback on it, what you think. If you want me to leave shit alone, I'll do that. If you want me to stand outside and freeze my ass off, you know what? That's what the tribe says, then that's what we'll do. I'm going to be really upset though. That's the vote. But we're not taking a vote on it. Like I said, I just want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what you guys think. Moving this indoors into a different time, a little later in the evening. You know, there's other things we can do too. We can move it to a different day altogether. We can cancel the whole thing if you think it's run its course and I'm starting to suck and get boring. There's any number of options we can pursue with this. But what I'm thinking right now is later in the day and indoors after my laundry. That way I get my laundry done, I get my dinner, get home, shove it down my throat, feed the fish, and then we're off and rocking. From the warmth of my home, the only thing down about that is I don't know if it's going to change the dynamic of the show. Like, I'm outside and shit starts getting loud, it's not so bad. If I'm inside and shit starts getting loud, you know, who knows? The neighbors might start screaming and the people downstairs or whatever. You know, I don't know. This is all experimental, but pretty much everything we've done since day one has been experimental. So why change anything now? Anyway, like I said, it's just some stuff I'm kicking around because I don't want to stand outside and freeze my ass off, the little bit of an ass that I have. And of course, we couldn't let a week go by without talking about my ass a little bit. So we got that out of the way early. So that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think on that in the comments, or send me a message or whatever. Don't send me a message, man. I get too many messages already. Just leave it in the comments. So let's hit scroll. We already said hi to Cindy and AJ. We got Lisa Rossell, Mona Eves, Jeff Fitzsimmons, Kevin Hamilton. We got Mary Gunny from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yeah, I told you I was going to get it. Didn't I? I told you, Mary Gunny, that I would remember. Who else? James Zerati. You're never alone. I'm freezing alone right now, man. I'm feeling pretty alone out in this 30 degrees walking down the street while you're posting from your nice warm computer. But that's okay. Jim Thomas is here, the unofficial covert legal counsel for Planet Common Sense. Welcome, Jim. Mike Petty is here. Bessie Dotson. We got Bob Devin here. Blah, 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 blah. My comments was off. That's Mike Petty. My comments was off for some reason. Yeah, comments have been fucked up. Everything's just, there's just still a lot of shitty little petty little shenanigans going on Facebook. They're really crushing me bad on reach. I'm just like, it's so cyclic. Like, there's days where I'm like, I feel like I'm a rock star, man. I'm reaching 100,000 people in a day. And then there's another day where I'm reaching 2,000 people. It's just so crazy. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no predicting, like, all right, if I say this, they're going to cut me down. If I don't say this, they'll let me lose. Like, there's just nothing to it. And I talked about this a little bit with Missy McCracken-Gall from Political Pylon. And she's just bouncing it back and forth, like, you know, what's your take on this? And she seems to think it's like I think she said every 3 weeks, they let you cut loose a little bit and give you a few days, and then they cut you back down. And she's been doing this longer than I have, so she probably got a little more insight on it than I do. I haven't noticed that. Like, mine seems to just go on a meme popping. Like, I'll put a meme out, you know, I toss that shit out like it's pocket candy, 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 a day sometimes, and most of them do okay. But there's one every now and then that just blows up and hits 50,000 screens or 100,000 screens or 300,000 or 400,000 for my like top 1 or 2. And when that happens, shit goes bananas. Like, it's just a matter of somebody grabs a meme and shares it, and then somebody there shares it, and it just gets into the right hands with somebody who has a lot of reach, and then they put it out, And it just escalates and snowballs, and that's how that goes. So, like, yeah, it gives you a couple of days where shit just goes wild. And that lasts a couple of days, and then it tapers back down, and we're back to 2000 again. So, you know, that's my problems, whatever. I haven't been bitching about Facebook all that much the last couple of weeks because I really just don't even want to deal with it. Just want to do my due, you know? But going back to what you said about the comments, there's just all sorts of shit going on. Comments aren't showing up. Comments are showing up as hidden, and I unhide them. And typically when that happens, if your comment shows up in my feed hidden and I unhide it, I usually let you know. But just like comments not showing up at all, just little petty shit, and you know, whatever. Make of it what you will. Again, I'm just trying to just ignore that stuff and just go on and do our thing. And it seems to be working out a little. We're gonna go across the street and duck into the garage of the Galleria Mall. I didn't get hit by any cars this week, so it's been a better week in that respect. Because the last 2 weeks I got hit by cars, and I'm still jaywalking all over the place, as you can see, so it's a miracle. I don't know if I'm going a full hour tonight, man. It's too cold, and I'm just not used to it yet, but we'll see how it goes. So, back to it. Bob Devin saying hi. Sherry Seifert's here. Dina Van Busker Kane, 88 in SoCal. Ugh. Dina Van Busker Kane, I hate you. I don't. I love you, but I really don't like you right now with your 88 degrees. Stop it. 76 for AJ. Kevin Hamilton. Comments. Michael Bloomberg wants to throw Creepy Joe a life preserver. I don't know what the tie-in is between Michael Bloomberg and Creepy Joe. I didn't see anything about that. Oh, here we go with the reverb now, because I'm inside the in the garage, so I'm getting a little acoustics, and it's no warmer at all in here, but the wind's not so bad, so maybe that'll help. Maybe just walk around the damn garage. We should go in and walk around the Galleria, but I just can't get loose in there because I'll just get thrown out. But we'll try it. What the fuck, right? So yeah, Bloomberg and Creepy Joe, if there's a tie in there, again, you know, that little gap there from late afternoon till 6:30 where I just miss all the shit. Like, I missed Beto dropping out. I was wondering if anybody dropped out today. It looked like Kamala was about to go because she's out of money. And I guess she can't take it on her knees anymore. You know, it's a long haul. Another year of that, you might cripple herself. So I thought Kamala was going to drop out this week. And she might have. Maybe I missed it. So anything I missed, you guys got to scoop that stuff and let me know what I missed. And you could all stop telling me how warm it is where you are because you suck. Cornelia Bates is here. Amy Thomason is here. Francie Forbes is with us tonight. Amy Thomason, Glenn, if you'll wear a wool toboggan, I'll knit you one. I don't know, what's a toboggan? Like, is that like a sweater or like a scarf or something? I would wear it at least once. It's not going to be horribly ugly or anything. Like, it's not going to be like a grandma sweater or something like. Now, even if it was ugly, I'd wear it because you're mad cool. So yeah, that'd be cool. But just tell me what a toboggan is. Like, the only thing I know from a toboggan is like the sleds. The big sled with the big curly thing in the front. That's the only toboggan I know. So it must be like a regional word, and I just don't know what it is, but that sounds awesome, and that's wonderful of you to make that offer. Thank you so much. That could definitely help us through the winter. Carol Bush, the lights are weird. What lights are we talking about? Are you talking about that right there? That eye-blazing Lainey Kazan? I don't know if you could read it or not. Lainey Kazan is in like 10 foot high on the billboard. I don't have my glasses on though, so I couldn't read it, what she's doing, but she was in, what was the movie she was in? She was hilarious. Oh, You Don't Mess with the Zohan, which was just one of my favorite movies, and people always laugh at me when I start talking about Adam Sandler. Like, seriously, Adam Sandler? Adam Sandler was fucking hilarious for a while before he started, really going downhill. But, yo, You Don't Mess with the Zohan. And people laugh at me for liking that movie. That was one of his funniest movies ever. I can watch that every night. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. But I don't know what other lights you were referring to. There's some cool lights over there. I don't know what that's all about. They're building this new park. In fact, fuck it, let's go take a walk, because it's no warmer in here than it is outside. So let's go take a walk over there and see. They're building this kind of like, it's not a park really. It's looked more like just like a little area with some benches and pathways, and it's a fucking park, I guess. All right, whatever. I guess it is a park. But they've been building it all summer. I wonder how they're coming along or if it's open yet. But that's where those lights are, so let's go investigate since we're walking anyway. You know, this walk and talk's kind of like cool. Like, you know what the problem is, though, that I'm just getting so loose and relaxed, and I start getting into this and doing the show, and I'll step right in front of a fucking tractor trailer and get smushed. That's the downside to it, but it's pretty clear. We're looking all right here. Look at me, I'm standing in the middle of the road. Boop, boop, boop. You delinquent. So let's see what this is all about. This is the White Plains Public Library over here. And we were on the other side of this a couple of times. Like, remember, a couple months ago it was raining real hard, and I went up by that big statue, that big, hideous, disproportionate, giant-headed Martin Luther King statue. Was on the other side of this building, and like this construction goes all the way over there. So it's also going to be weird because it's dark, so I can't see everything. And I don't have my glasses on because I can't read the screen with my glasses on, so I can't see anything that's more than 3 feet away. So we'll do a little investigating here. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is badass. Wait a minute now. We got to start over because there's like little stations here. I don't know what they are, but here, check this out. There's a little bell thing and a little mallet thing. So let's see what we can do. All right, so that's the bell thing. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Sound. Okay, maybe we're going backwards. Maybe we're supposed to like read the sign and then go play the bells because the bells make sound. So it looks like we're going backwards, which is cool because backwards is fun. It's different. So let's see what this one is. We'll go. Okay, so wait. Now this is more sounds. Sound again. Now what these are, I do not know. Oh, wait, I get it. Ooh, that was a little sharp. Okay, cool. So that's other sounds. This gets boring. Just say so. You can. I'm not really watching the comments while I'm doing this, but here comes now. Okay. Now, what do we got here? Now we got sight. I see a xylophone. This one looks like it's a little more like for real, like it's a laid out xylophone, like for real deal xylophone. It's probably whacked out of tune. Well, let's see. Hang on. Here we go. Clonk. It's that Bugs Bunny episode, remember that? Ready? No, you long-eared galoot! Alright, so anyway. This is getting, like I said, this is getting stupid, just say so. I missed a lot of scroll here. We're going on an adventure, though. You know, sometimes these things end up silly. Sometimes they end up cool. The carnival, remember? So here's some other lights. I don't know if these were the lights you were talking about, but that's kind of cool. I guess they're done building the park. I mean, everything's all open. So we had 3 little activities on that side. We'll walk around the other side and see what awaits us over there. Oh, it's so nice not talking about like fucking idiots like fucking Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi and doing something different, even if it's a little boring. All right, there's nothing on this side, man. I'm feeling a little disappointed, feeling a little unfulfilled. Like you did half of this side, and now we're going around the other half, and there's nothing over here to do. It seems like a design flaw. It seems like it's going to leave people unsatisfied. But then again, like 98.9762% of the population aren't as entertained by like shiny objects and funny sounds as I am, so maybe they don't give a shit. It's bugging me though, like there's nothing on this side. That seems it seems out of balance. It just seems like everything's wrong about this park. Let's walk around a little further and see if there's anything else cool in here, because I know this construction went all the way over the side. But isn't this better than talking about fucking Kamala, like sucking dick to get a job, or freaking Betty O'Rourke, like talking about he's going to stay in politics? Yeah, you're okay. You're going to run for fucking dog catcher in like Des Moines, Iowa. That's your next politics gig, you dumbass. You'll probably lose that too. Come to New York and run for something. I'll run against you. It'd be fun to kick your ass, you dope. But it, like I said, it's kind of cool to maybe not talk about that stuff tonight. This is actually really nice, man. It's a damn shame they didn't get it done during the summer, so like you could really just get out here and enjoy it. Because this park's pretty badass. Park, whatever you want to call it. It's a little sit down. All right, let's see what's down this way. It looks like more than nothing, but it's still kind of cool. Looks like they spent a shit pile of money on this. But, I don't know. All right, so we're looking at Dwayne Darrell Elkins is here. Cornelia Bates. Looks like a pavilion for live entertainment. Well, there you go. You got the pavilion, and you got the live entertainment. I don't know how entertaining I am tonight. I'm just kind of droning on. I'm trying to get through this cold. I'm trying to fight my way through it and stay out here for the duration. But we'll see how that works out. Mary Beth Wagenschultz Kunkel. Come on, Glenn. I want your take on the new Jim Jordan scandal. What happened with Jim Jordan? To see, this is where I need you guys, because I missed these little gap things in between there. I thought I saw an article. They were talking about him. He had some shit a while ago with the wrestling coaching stuff, and I thought I read something about that maybe yesterday. And I don't know what came of that, if anything. So please fill me in on that. Elaine Arnett Dangerfield popping in. Somebody's laughing at me. I don't know what I did. Jeff Fitzsimmons, Democrats are a joke, nothing to offer. That's true. Can't argue with that. Cornelia Bates, oh, you said that already? We got Amy Thompson. Reminds me of my absolutely brilliant, rather eccentric uncle in Chicago. Quite a musical and very playful guy. Really cool. That's me. Playful and cool and musical. All right, so I don't think there's anything else to this park. It just seems to me like they could have got a little more enthusiastic about like the little toys to play with over there, because that's bad. That was just like a little nothing. It got my appetite all whetted to like just fuck around with little musical instruments and noises and sounds. And it looks like they started doing this really cool theme little pavilion and ran out of money or something and stopped. So fuck it, man. That sucks. Here's a Martin Luther King statue with like the arm that's like bigger than the body and the big double-sized head and shit. But it's still a cool statue. It's a great building too. I can't read it. I don't remember what it says. It's one of the courthouses, but I think it's the county courthouse. The Fed courthouse is over where we usually sit. Charles L. Bryant Federal Courthouse, where I'm just praying they're going to bring Hillary Clinton when they finally get that old goblin. That'd be awesome. So yeah, this is the Richard J. Duranko, Westchester County Courthouse. If you guys can read that, that's awesome, because my eyes suck and I'm 10 feet away from that sign and can hardly even read it. But we're wasting a lot of time and doing nothing here. I just thought this was going to be a little cooler. I thought it was going to be like those little instruments and stuff all over the place. But it's not. I'm disappointed. Although it is nice. And this is, this is going to be cool like next summer when we come back outside. Should we go in for the winter, like I proposed, we'll definitely spend some time up here. It's like all echoey and acoustical like too. So that could be fun. We'll see. So if I'm scaring you guys off and you're leaving because of this nonsense, just say so. I'm going to catch up a little bit now. Scroll here. Mary Gunny. Maybe they got a grant for a pavilion. Local government really likes to invest in their communities and promote art. This is actually a really good city for that. Like, and especially in this area, they do a lot of stuff. There is a Holocaust memorial garden just around the corner. Like I could walk over there, but it's going to be all dark. It's really daytime thing only, but it's really, really nice. And I got some nice monuments and stuff in there. And it's a damn shame. About 2 months ago, somebody went in there. Some asshole just went in there and put up some just swastikas and stuff like that. I don't think they ever caught anybody. But man, you know what? Don't be a dick. Why would you do some stuff like that? That's another whole story, but I'm not going to go into that tonight. But it was sad, though. It's sad to watch, and it's sad to see, something close by and right in your own neighborhood to see that kind of hate. Like, we don't get that a lot here. It's a big city, and it's very diverse, and there's a lot of people in here, a lot of different people with different ideas and different languages and different lifestyles. But it's still a pretty nice city, and it's not a city that people mess with anybody in. It was uncomfortable and very disturbing that had happened. I really meant to get around to doing something, like going, maybe we'll do that on a Sunday afternoon. This Sunday, if it's nice, we'll take a walk over there and I'll show you the park. It's small. It's just a couple minute thing. So maybe we'll do a little live shot with that. Ginger Gall. Gee, who's Ginger Gall? I've never seen that name before. That's Missy. In case you didn't know it, Missy McCracken, the political pylon, is visiting with us under one of our aliases tonight. I'm presuming she is in jail again. Nice job, Ginger. Elaine Arnett Dangerfield just got home. I hate missing any of your show. You know what? I haven't talked about anything tonight, though. Like, I've been going for probably 15 minutes, I guess. What is it? No, no longer than that. And I haven't said a damn thing. I'm just like, this is what you know what? This is perfect because I walked back. I backtracked a little bit. So, Elaine Arnett Dangerfield, this is for you. This is what you missed. Ready? This is the new park. You missed this. This is horribly out of tune. You couldn't tell that was Mary Had a Little Lamb. And then you missed this. And it tells you right here, sound. This is like remedial education. Sound. Then you go, and you hear sound. So this is all the shit you missed. Like nothing. And then the last one, wait, we missed the sign. We're not official. Sound. And then you come over here. And then you got this sound. Which is awful and out of tune as well. So yeah, that's what you missed. So don't feel too bad about being late. Cornelia Bates, we have one, and they do Thursday night live bands, food trucks, etc. There's a couple of spots around town for that. Like, there's another thing. It's over like about a half a block away from the Trump building, like in the middle of town. They call it City Center, and they got a big fountain there. I think I've probably been over there, or at least maybe not on a Laundry Live, but I've been over there for other stuff, and I showed that to you. I took some pictures of it, I know for sure. But they do the live concerts over there. Then there's another spot they do them during the week, like at lunchtime in front of a church. They do jazz and light stuff like that. And then actually right in the little pavilion outside the Trump Tower, they have a concert series. Like, they have a concert series all summer long where they do it like every Thursday night, I think it is. And then there's a street, Court Street, which is, I think it's a block over, up that way, and a block to the left, I think is Court Street, where they just shut down. They do it all the time. They shut down for a farmer's market on the weekend through the summer. And then probably once a month, they shut the road down and they have a concert in it. You know why? A couple of weeks ago, when I did that quick live shot with that girl doing the scat, that little tiny little midgety girl, the big, the chubby girl that was doing, I never got her name too, because she was great, where she was doing the scat. And that whole street, they shut it down. They bring in the portable stage, they tow it in and set it up. They set up, just like you said, with food and vendors and stuff like that. So, yeah, this city's pretty cool for stuff like that. Like, White Plains is definitely a cool town for stuff like that. And again, it just, it contrasts horribly with what happened at the Holocaust Gardens. Hang on 1 second. Okay. The brave. White Plains bravest. I don't know where they're going or coming from, but it's pretty close. Actually, this is the police station right here, so it has something to do with that. Okay, Cornelia Bates, we have one. Yeah, we said that already. Elaine Arnett Dangerfield. Glenn, are you warm enough? See, that's another thing you did miss. No, in fact, I am not warm enough. I'm freezing my ass off. It is probably 30, and I'm not happy at all. And that was the other thing that you did miss. We're talking about making some changes on the show, putting it at a later time, post laundry instead of during the dryer cycle. So give us your feed on that, Elaine, just like everybody else. Put it out to the family. You guys give me your input and tell me what you want to do as far as that goes. Jimmy Collins is watching, hasn't commented, but Jimmy, that looks like a new name. Welcome to, oh, there you go. Hello. See, I was right. Jimmy, welcome to PCS Laundry Live, man. 60 minutes, bring what you got, whatever's on your mind, toss it out there, we'll try and talk about it. I'm way off that paradigm tonight. I'm just talking about just anything, and I'm not paying any attention to you guys. I had enough, man. I had enough with this bullshit. I've had enough with this whole folly of this impeachment. I just want to pretend it's not there. I'm not going to get upset over it or excited about it. It's so fake and it's so phony, and the people running it are so full of shit, and they know they're full of shit, and they're persisting in being full of shit regardless of the fact that everybody knows they're full of shit. So it's just, I don't play like that. Like, I like it real, I like it genuine, I like it honest, and you're not getting that out of this. It's just the biggest fucking joke there is, and I just want it to go away. I just want it to be over. These idiots would get out of the way and settle the fuck down and let the country work the way it's supposed to, instead of this babbling bullshit that's making us look like idiots on the world stage, and dividing the country further and further and further every time one of these miscreants gets in front of a camera and says the next thing. I got so ticked today, and I just instantly, I think I popped a meme up, or maybe I didn't. I just read something about Schiff saying, oh, we're only going to give Republicans until Tuesday to call anyone. He's like, fuck you, okay? You weaselly little douchebag. You fucking methi goon asshole. The fact that you're running things, the fact that you're running the show on anything for this country is a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. It's a travesty. And it's an embarrassment that this idiot, this asshole, this criminal, corrupt scumbag is calling the shots like that. Say, well, the Republicans only have this. Fuck you. You know what? We're going to flip this shit on you guys. And there's going to, man, the gloves are just going to be, I just can't wait until this flips. I can't wait until this table gets flipped over in these assholes' laps, and it starts going real. It starts going really real. We're talking about, they're going after Donald Trump, pretending that he did exactly what Joe Biden, in fact, really did do. And all they're doing is changing the names. It's unbelievable. And we're letting it happen. Like, I don't know, what do you do about that? Like, how do you stop it from happening? Outside of gathering around the Capitol building with torches and pitchforks, waiting for that little shithead and Nadler and Pelosi and all these goons to come out and give them a little piece of your mind. You know, what do you do? How do you stop it? And you know, you want to depend on, like, Lindsay the Cowardly Lion to stop it for you? You want to depend on Mitch McConnell to stop it for you? Because they're not going to do it. They're not doing that. And, you know, maybe some shit like we're talking about, Jim Jordan's facing some stuff now, which I don't know about, but you know what? First thing that comes to mind, they're going after him because he's one of the guys who's going to stop this shit, or is going to at least try to stop this shit. So that's who they're going to go after. Naturally, Dan Crenshaw, guy like that, they're going to go after him. You know the names. I'm not telling you anything new. And it's just a travesty that this is going on, and our country is just getting ripped to shreds like this. So yeah, you know what? I've been really trying to tuck it away and just keep it tamped down and keep it tempered and just chill away from it a little bit this week. But that just totally set me off. And it was, again, it just happened like, I read it like 2 hours before I came on. I posted something about it, and it's just been on my mind, gnawing at me, and I had to get it out of my system. I wasn't meaning to, but it just kind of popped up. I was trying to keep it light, like easy, like Sunday morning. That's another thing we got to talk about too. But yeah, I just wish it'd all go away. I don't know how you guys feel. We should do a poll, a PCS pop-up poll. Those are fun. Rick Amato, howdy stranger, I haven't seen you in a while. Tell me why you haven't seen me. Is it just haven't, because like you haven't and you've been doing like cool normal people stuff instead of paying attention to PCS? Or have you not seen me because of technical difficulties and social media leftist scumbaggery? There's a big difference between the two, because if you haven't seen me around in a while because you got better things to do, that's awesome. Good for you. I mean, you should be standing here watching this idiot talking to a phone on Friday nights. There's any number of better things to do than that. But if you're not and haven't seen me because of Facebook and quell and reach suppression, I'd like to know about that. As much as it irritates me, it's still better if I know. So let me know about that, Rick Amato. Amy Thompson, you want sad? I just pulled some bread out of the oven. I forgot to put salt in it. Smells great. Tastes terrible. That's bad. I'll tell you what, though, you know, that's just human. That's just, you know what? That's going to happen to you when nobody's perfect. And you're going to forget shit like that. And I can't tell, well, it's not like it happens a lot, but like, and it's pertinent to like tonight, because like I remember at least 2 or 3 times where like I went to the laundromat, put my clothes in. I'll tell you the best one of all. There's a couple of instances like I forgot to put the soap in, or I forgot to do this or whatever. There was one time I literally went to the laundromat, I put my clothes in the dryer, which is even worse, put them in the dryer, went over, got the change, went back and put the change for the dryer into the machine next to my machine, didn't even pay attention, hit the start button, turned around and walked away, and went back an hour later to see the empty machine next to mine just drying air while my clothes are all sitting damp in the bottom of the machine I put them in, and had to start the whole process over with another 8 quarters and another hour of my time. So yeah, shit like that happens. Like, it's just, you know, but you should eat it though, because you know what I would do in a situation like that, I'd be like, all right, idiot, you fucked up, so now you're gonna eat this bread, and it's gonna teach you to remember to put the salt in next time. So make everything a learning experience, Amy Thompson, and enjoy that bread. Put some peanut butter on it. So I don't know if you have dietary restrictions or anything, but I don't know, put a little strawberry preserves on it. I'll give it a little flavor, like some tomato sauce or a little cheese whiz or something. We can liven that bread up. There's anything, we could do a lot of things with that bread. I'd go with the peanut butter personally. That'll give it a little salt and a little sweet, and could bring the bread back to life and disguise your flub. But don't feel bad, Amy Thompson. Enjoy your salt-free bread. It's probably better for you anyway. Sandy Durant is here saying hi. Rini Balanis, my lovely and talented co-pilot, who has shared tonight's episode over to the memes page to give access to you guys over there. Thank you, Rini. I love you so much. Elaine, I have done that, Amy. See? What'd I tell you? Everybody does dumb shit. Every one of us. AJ Hunkley, what's that thing next to the bells? I don't know, man. I'm like 4 blocks away. See, it's what I get into the talk and I forget about the scroll, and I'm way gone from that, so I don't know what you're talking about. But when I do the recap, I'll try and like time your comment to where, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Or you could just let me know. I don't know what it was. Sorry about that. We'll go back some other time. Sandy Duran, if that beautiful park was in Seattle, it'd be swarming with the homeless folks in tents. Seattle looks like shit. See, yeah, that's another thing, like, you know, and I've said this before on other things about different topics, where White Plains is not a bad city. It's a big city. I guess it's like 70, 80,000 people. It's not a huge city, but it's a mid-sized American city. It just doesn't seem to suffer, and despite the diversity and despite the differences, you know, and even just like last week when we were talking about where, you know, I met the guy just before I started the show, the Never Trumper dude. You know, they're here. It's not that they're not here, and I'm definitely in the minority. They're majority. It's racially diverse. It's economically diverse, and it's everything that you would think would be the kind of city where shit like that would happen, where it would be like all kinds of homeless people and needles and people shitting in the park and stuff like that. And it's just for whatever reason, and you know, I'm not tempting fate or anything like that, but for whatever reason, stuff just doesn't seem to happen here. Like, everything's pretty cool. We got our homelessness, like, you know, I take the train every day, 7 days a week, and you get to know people. And the fact is, there's like a half a dozen regular homeless folks that just live by the train station because it's open 24 hours and they can get in there and stay warm, and there's a bathroom in there and stuff. And that's like the extent of the homeless problem here in White Plains. As far as I know, it doesn't seem to be any sort of, you know, issue with it. There's certainly not like what you see on TV. There's nobody shitting in the parks. There's nobody like dropping needles all over the place. It's a nice little city, man. Like, people talking about me moving out of here, like, and I'm pondering that still, but I could stay here. Like, I could be okay here. This is my place, you know, and it's decent enough. So I guess I don't have much to complain about. I'll find something. Greg Johnson, you are very late, sir. And you're saying, hello, crew, love to all. Well, we're glad you're here anyway. Catch the replay. Elaine Arnett Dangerfield, my singing would go well with the out-of-tune sounds. See, we got to get that. Oh, again. And I keep saying this like a big dummy, that I got to get that, bring somebody on live. We can get that worked out. I'm going to work on that. I know I keep saying shit and I end up not doing it. I suck. I hate when that happens. But we'll see if we can get that worked out. I'll bring you on live and you could sing and I'll go play those bells and we'll both just scare everybody right off the page. That'll be awesome. Mary Beth Wagon Schultz Kunkel, I'm going to have to bail on you. Have a great night and stay safe. Love to you, Mary Beth. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for stopping in. You can catch the end on the replays either here on Facebook or on the Planet Common Sense channel on YouTube. Greg Johnson, they're playing our song, Sirens. Yeah, but the thing is, okay, now see, this kind of counters what I had just said about like how White Plains is a decent enough place and all. And then you see literally every time I do a show, you see a cop car or a fire truck or whatever go by. And that's a little bit skewed because, again, I'm like the tour guide for White Plains tonight. I'm like the mayor of White Plains. I'm showing you all the sights. Straight up this street, the first set of lights you see over there is the Super Bodega, and then just past that's the laundromat. And if you go up to the traffic light way, way up there, I know that everything's really blurry. I got to clean the lens. One more block up and turn left. And White Plains Hospital is right there. So that's why you always kind of constantly hear sirens going. It's not like there's any kind of criminality consistently going on. And again, same thing down here. Like you see the red lights flashing, but that's the police station right there. Like that's the front door to the police station. So that is a little bit skewed because of my locality. You're going to hear sirens and you're going to see flashing lights, and it's nothing to worry about. Nobody's getting mugged or anything. I don't know. I mean, like people could be dying and shit and going into the hospital. I suppose there's a little drama at play. But for the most part, it's not a bad place to live. And it's a little bit skewed by all our public services being serviced during the show, if that made any sense. Greg Johnson also saying, snap cold, 35 degrees in the mountains of Virginia. Well, you know what? I think Virginia deserves a little fucking cold weather after this election day the other day. Because nothing personal. I know it wasn't you, but y'all fucked up down there big time. So good. I'm glad it's cold down there for you. It's a chill it's an icy stare down from the heavens on you folks. That's bringing your temperatures down because of what you people did the other day. Again, not you, Greg, but just in general. So I'm sorry for you, but I'm not unhappy that Virginia is cold tonight. Fuck Virginia. Stupid. No offense to anybody from Virginia. You know, if you think I'm talking about you, then I probably am. But if you look at that and say, hey, that's not me, then it's probably not you. You know how it works with me. And I love you guys, so I'm not talking to anybody personally. Bob Devin says, I need a heated vest. Nah, man, I need to go inside. Like, I need to figure out a way to take this show inside. I think I can make it work. I would just rebrand the whole thing. I don't know. It's not like it feels like it's run its course or anything like that, but I don't know. Like, we got to make this move, and I think it could be a good thing to move it to a later time on Friday night to try and just get a couple more people to have an opportunity. Because, you know, a lot of people are missing it because people out on the West Coast and in mountain time are still at work when I'm doing this, you know? So maybe pushing it back an hour and a half and bringing it inside could be a good thing. And we'll try it one day. And if it sucks balls, then we'll just go back outside. That's how that goes. Jim Thomas, Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak underwent emergency surgery to correct a blocked intestine today. I'd like to buy a... Oh, my God. Oh, Jim. Your law license is intact, right? Because if you had to, like, make a living at comedy, I'd be worried about you, man. That was awful. I'm going to say it again, though, because I didn't say the punchline, and that was unfair. Jim Thomas says, Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak underwent emergency surgery to correct a blocked intestine today. I'd like to buy a bowel, please. Wah, wah, wah. That was awful. That was literally Mexican concentration camps awful. But I did not hear that about Pat Sajak. I hope he's well. Seems like a decent enough guy. And I'm sure Vanna White's there holding his hands. And, you know, maybe he's like reading a book and she's flipping the pages for him so he feels at home. But good luck to Pat Sajak with his bowel. And I hope everything works out for him. Carol Bush, we lost Virginia. Yeah, I know. Greg Johnson, they are probably going to win. The Rhinos are in on it. Yeah, and that's awful too. Elaine Arnett Dangerfield, you're putting yourself at risk of a cold for us. I'm getting ready-eyed. Spell check. Red-eyed. Beady-eyed. I don't know what you meant to say, but you know I don't mind a little cold for my PCS family. I've done way worse than that. I got hit by cars for you guys. I got, everything. It's a crazy life, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. That's bullshit, too. Cornelia Bates won't happen, though. I don't know what that was about. Aim Thompson, 30s here in the Great Smoky Mountains tonight. Yeah, man, winter snapped. Winter snapped in. And it's not even that cold yet. Like, it's going to get cold. Oh, you know what else, too? I bought a coat this week, and it's kind of a nice one. And I fucking tore it. I'm so pissed off. And it wasn't that great and it wasn't that warm, but I'm a little upset that I tore my coat. But it's keeping me warm. It's doing what it's got to do. Greg Johnson, the dehumanists are going to hate the valley. Fill me, the demunists. I get it, the demunists. Yeah, fuck them. Amy Thomason. Adam Schiff can take a long walk off a short pier in the cold. How did we let this happen? How did we let somebody like that, some despicable douche? And you know what? Not to judge, but since he's an asshole anyway, let's just jump on somebody who looks like that. Like, how do you let somebody who looks like that have power? Like the weakest looking face. He's got no chin. He's got those big friggin' like fly eyes. Like he just just snorted 10 grams of coke. It's crazy. And this guy's running shit. This guy's running the country right now. Extra, whatever the right word is, like, not really, obviously, but acting like it. Like it's his right, or whatever the word is for that, to run the country during this, and to say some shit like, you have until Tuesday. Fuck off, you. And you know what? When you fuck off, Adam Schiff, when you get to off, stop there, bash yourself in the head with a brick, and then fuck off some more, like further. And then when you get to that one, do that again, and then keep fucking off. Like, again, every time you get to off, fuck it, and then go to the next off. Until you get to the pier that Amy Thompson was talking about. Then there's going to be one last off at the end of that pier. I want you to go to the end of the pier, to that off, and fuck that off too. And when you get there, I want you to tie a cinder block around your ankle and jump off that fucking pier, you prick. That's what I think of Adam Schiff. So I hope that worked for everybody. There's a lot of off fucking to be done, and Adam's just the man to do it. Mona Eves, I haven't paid much attention to news since Tuesday night. We really messed up in Kentucky for governor. Taking a break from Demwitz. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it wears you down after a while. Like, I just don't want to talk about this shit sometimes. And today, the last couple of days, it's just been like that. Hang on. I just been like wanting to, I don't want to take a break per se from doing this. I just want to take a break from the dumb shit that I have to do this stuff. Like, I just want to take a little breather from this stuff, just not talk about it. And if it's just for an hour tonight, and I got a lot of the hour out of the way without really talking about this stuff, I let a few little things slip out and got a little riled up. You guys do know how, what buttons to push to get me doing that. But I'm just tired of it. I'm just weary of it. And you guys got to be feeling the same way. It's just like, it's unreal, man. Just cut this shit. And it's not going to stop. It's going to get worse as it goes on through the whole year. And then after Trump's reelected, it's going to just ramp up and start all over again. They're going to be impeaching him until 2024. It's just crazy. They're talking about earlier in the week that they're going to write up 3 articles of impeachment. That big fathead idiot Nadler now is chiming in because he's feeling all ass hurt because it's all about Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi. You haven't heard much from that big tub Nadler for a while. So, like, he's got to throw his little shit in there, too. And now he's talking about there's going to be 3 impeachment inquiries, which who knows what they're about because they don't even have one to do that's legitimate. I guess, well, that explains it because, like, if it doesn't have to be legitimate, like the first one didn't, you could just impeach him for anything. Let's impeach Donald Trump for hanging the toilet paper the wrong way in the Oval Office bathroom. What else? What else you got? Let's impeach Donald Trump for liking licorice. I don't know if he likes licorice or not, but that doesn't matter either, because facts don't matter. Let's impeach Donald Trump. What can we impeach Donald Trump for? Like, what's the most ridiculous thing you could think of to impeach Donald Trump for that didn't even happen, that doesn't matter to anybody, and doesn't mean a thing to the future security, safety, and well-being of the United States of America? What thing is the stupidest thing you could think of to say, let's impeach Donald Trump? And let's see if that's even a challenge to the shit that these idiots are coming up with. The phone call to the Ukraine, which was nothing. We got a transcript to read. Everybody who was on the phone call. And, you know, when a president makes a phone call like that, there's like 100 people listening to that call or whatever. Maybe a dozen. I don't know. What do I know? But there's people on it. And, you know, he said that there was people on it. He said who was on it. Everybody who was on that phone call said there was nothing untoward about the phone call. Trump, the people on the Ukrainian side, the Ukrainian, what is it, prime minister or president, everybody who listened in on that call, right down the line, said there was nothing whatsoever untoward about this call. But we're going to impeach him because some little shithead, Eric Ciaramella, heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend that somebody said something wrong on a phone call to somebody who didn't even know who was talking about the other end. And that's what we're impeaching this guy for. It's fucking ridiculous. How many people? 20 people on that phone call. If there was a dozen. If there's 20, whatever. 20 people who were on that phone call said nothing was said that was wrong. And we're bringing the country to its knees to impeach this president on the say-so of some millennial douchebag who works for the Democrats, who's been to like Joe Biden's like house for a party I saw. This guy is so tied into the Democratic Party. It's you got to be kidding. Bringing this guy, even bringing him out and saying he's a genuine, honest, sincere whistleblower. Whistleblower is the most bullshit name you could possibly give this. This is a Democratic operative. This is a paid political actor. That's all this is. He's playing a role just like when they were doing the shit against Kavanaugh and they brought people in to play roles. That's how they do. That's Democrat politics. And it's just unbelievable that we are going through this and we're putting this country through this for this bullshit. And this is why I'm trying to step away from it, and it keeps sucking me right back in. So there I go. I just went off again. Deep breath G. Let me do a time check, because I guess we almost made an hour now. I'm going to keep going. I got another 10 minutes in me. So we'll keep, wow, all your comments just, oh, there they go. Sorry about that. All right, way behind on the scroll. I've just been going and going and going, so I apologize for that. I'm seeing a lot of loves pop up and likes, so I guess I'm doing okay, unless somebody else says something cool. Let me jump in and scroll. Lee Bashes, this is the first time I've made it here 2 weeks in a row. LOL. Yeah, you're a regular now, Lee. Nah, man, you guys come and go as you please. Look, it's Friday night. If you can't come up with something better to do than listen to me on Friday night, you got a sad fucking life just like I do. And I guess that's, you know what? I feel a need. All us sad sacks, they don't have shit to do on Friday night, gather here and watch me talking to the phone. So I guess that's how it all goes. Bessie Dotson, Bo kills one man from inhaling fumes from chicken and 10 others taken to the hospital. Okay, I don't know what that's about. You're going to have to give me a little more detail on that. Unless I missed something earlier, then let it alone. I'll catch up with it tomorrow, Bessie. But yeah, fill me in on that. Greg Johnson, I know I used to have a bakery. Tell them it's Lenten bread and salt it with their tears. Amy Thompson, Greg Johnson just hooked you up. You take your bread, get some left holes to cry on it and get their salty tears in it, and then it's Lenten bread. Problem solved. You're off the hook. Good job, Greg Johnson. Jinder Gall. Yeah, dip that bread in a yummy garlic butter mix or turn it into cheesy garlic pull-apart bread. Awesome. You know what you could do with that bread, too? I mean, I can't remember what I called it, but when I used to do a crock pot, I used to have to... See, you can't give me like a crock pot because I just do fucked up things so I can't just stay within the parameters of normalcy with normal everyday human things. Like when I get a crock pot, like, you know, I get the crock pot, I'll put a little pot roast in there, and I'll mix some chili, and then the next day I'll make some soup, and I'll do all the normal crock pot things. But then I get all right, what else can this fucking thing do? And I'll start put a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in there and see what happens to that. With a little, pour a little milk on it. But the thing I came up with that was kind of cool was I would make a sandwich like just whatever, like sandwich you like, and I would do it. The one I remember now, I did with roast beef. I made a roast beef sandwich. I put it in the crock pot. I put a bunch of brown gravy on it, and I tore it up. I didn't just put the whole sandwich in the crock pot. I tore it up. I put some cheese on it, and I put like some brown gravy over it or whatever, and I put it in the crock pot all day. And I got home, and it was just like a tore up, mushed up sandwich. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's just not normal shit, but crock pots can be fun, man. You got to experiment and stuff like that. Like, we're going to be put in this microwave, and what'll happen? Nothing live. No animals will be harmed. No fish will be harmed during any microwave experiments. But, yeah, man, stretch the envelope. Like, anyway, that's a good idea from Ginger Gal, too. I still like the Lenten bread a little bit better, but there's something you can do to salvage that bread, Amy. I'm not worried about it. You'll come up with something. Here we go. Amy's saying, I'm going to feed the bread to the birds and make fresh tomorrow. Nah, see, that's a punt. You made that bread. You messed up. Own that. Embrace it. Embrace your mistake and learn from it. Eat the bread yourself, and you'll never forget to put salt in it again. Actually, you might even like it. Give it a try. Who knows? It would be like, how much do you need salt in bread? Like, I get it for flavor, but like, you wouldn't need it necessarily to make the bread work, like to make it bake. Obviously, if you did it, it came out like it smelled. You said it smelled good too. So just like sprinkle some salt on it. I don't know. What do I know? I go into the Super Bodega and pick up the $3.99 meat and rice special every night. So I'm not your culinary expert here, but if it was me, I'd eat that bread. That'd be like penance. Like, take it that way too. Like, take it like from like a, I don't want to be sacrilege or anything like that, but like, you know, body of Christ, whatever. Just like make it your own, embrace it, and embrace your mistake. Okay, Jeff Fitzsimmons, I love fresh bread, salt or not. See, Jeff's game. He'll eat your bread. Invite him over. Maybe he'll bring like some, I don't know, something that goes with bread with salt in it that counteracts the non-salt in the bread. Have Jeff over for dinner. Elaine is going to the chickens. Don't know what that means. Greg Johnson, do not flush public toilets. It's bad for the environment. Okay. Why is that bad for the environment? You know what I always used to tell people? Never grab the handrail in an elevator. Like, it's just like a little nugget of Uncle G knowledge. And we're probably going to close the show with this because it's about that time. But since you brought up, and the only thing I really saw there was do not flush public toilets. And there's the reason why. Don't grab the handrail in an elevator. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because you're in an elevator in a building. There's going to be people in that elevator throughout the day that are going into offices in the building to have meetings with people. Could be a job interview. It could be a merger between two companies. It just could be general business that anybody does. And it's a nervous situation when you're meeting someone new, you're going for a job interview, you're going to do something like that. You get on that elevator, and if you're a guy, I'm going to speak from a male perspective, you're going to adjust your tie, you're going to, you know, put a little banaka in your mouth, whatever, take a tic-tac or something like that. And you know what? This is going to get gritty, but it's a reality. It's just human, and people do this stuff. Some point between the first floor and the destination of that elevator, you're going to jam a finger up your nose before your interview, just to see if you can fish out any goobers out of there that could come into play later when you're talking. If you're on an interview, you don't want to be distracted by a big, fat, you know, hairy one stuck way up in your right nostril, and like they might start whistling when you breathe and shit like that, and it could be distracting during an interview. You know, I don't want to get, first impressions are important. Then you could be talking, and like, you know, maybe the person who's interviewing you say something funny, and all of a sudden you laugh, and then you get into the other dynamic where you like blast a snot rocket across the desk, hit him right in the eye, your job's out the window. They're going to go for the other guy. What do you think's going to happen? So, people in an escalator, an elevator, are going to pick their nose, and they're going to have some place to put it, and the most logical place to put, you know, if you're digging a little treasure out of there, you need some place to stuff it, and it's going to be on the back side of that handrail, because there's nothing else in an elevator but walls. You know, you could be a real rude dick and just like wipe it on the, like the third floor button or something like that, and look what I did. But logically speaking, if you're in the elevator, you're heading for an interview, and you want to dispose of that big chunk of goo snot, you're going to wipe it on the back of the handrail. So never, ever grab the handrail on an escalator. That's my advice to you this Friday night, November 8th, on the 39th episode of PCS Laundry Live. And I think we're going to wrap it up on that. I think I've done my hour or close to it. I'm actually feeling a lot warmer now. It's fun to get the walk in. I probably walked about a half a mile. Saw some cool stuff. We played some really bad instruments. And we talked about a lot of stuff that wasn't politically related, which is awesome. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's Friday. We talk about this shit all week long. There's a lot of hours in the week that we can talk about all the grime coming out of Washington and all the bullshit that goes on there and bashing left holes and making fun of the Hollywood carbon-based stage prop sock puppets letting dumb shit fall out of their mouths. We can do that any hour during the week. Friday nights are for dancing into the weekend, chilling out and hanging out with my PCS family. And I just like the tone we took this time. Oh man, my battery's dying. What's up with that? That's new. Maybe it's because I talk so much, and maybe because I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight now. Here's quick housekeeping. Check out PCS Memes. If you haven't gone over there yet, guys, go check it out. It's on fire. We're still building. We cracked 4,000 people today. 2 months ago, we were at about 600. So we're on fire. PCS Memes is growing at about 3 times the rate of the original PCS page right now. PCS, the original page is under extreme reach suppression, which we've talked about a number of times. You're going to get a better shot at getting Planet Common Sense in your newsfeed from PCS Memes. So type in PCS Memes, type in just Planet Common Sense. It'll probably come up as PCS Memes. It's the green logo. Or just type no puss cookies. That's the tag for PCS Memes. Go over there, click follow over there. It's just a good backup, give you a little better availability, especially those people who are saying like, oh, I haven't seen you around, I haven't seen you in my news feed, I thought you disappeared, I thought you were in jail. No, it's not what it's about. It's because they're really just quashing my reach and I'm not getting out there like I wish I was. But it's going to be a little better if you get on PCS Memes, so go check that out. Planet Common Sense on Twitter. We're having a blast. I think I just actually hit 200 followers today, which is nothing, but it's fun, and I'm putting some good stuff out there, and I'm having a lot of good fun with Twitter. So it's at Glenn PCS on Twitter. If you do Twitter, please come and follow me on Twitter. Check out the Planet Common Sense channel on YouTube. The whole back catalog of PCS Laundry Live is on there. A few random episodes of the Ruth Bader Finsberg show are on there, and we're going to do more with that too going forward. So please check out the Planet Common Sense channel on YouTube. And that's about it, guys. Thank you all for being here with me tonight. I love each and every one of you and everything you bring into this whole process. I can't tell you how great it is to have you guys around me and to be a part of this family. And I thank you for that. I love you all. And everybody have a wonderful weekend. See you on Planet Common Sense. And I am out.